Hey everybody, my name is
Welcome home,
BlakJak.
child. What news?
Another of the named is put to rest.
Then it would appear your work is nearly complete and your status restored.
A question, Master, if I may.
Ask and I will answer.
Why these men? Jubair and Sabrand?
Ah, don't you see? They paved the way for change. Ensure threats both old and new are not given cause to intervene.
To weaken them is to weaken our enemy. I suppose that makes sense.
Were these men to continue their work, our work would quickly be undone.
How is that? We've caused them much grief.
We strike at the arms, yes, but this is a hydra that you face, and it is quick to replace that which is severed.
Then we should lop off its head and be done with this.
Soon, soon. We are close. Only one more man stands between us and our ultimate goal.
I will return to my work. The sooner this last man dies, the sooner I might face our true enemy.
Before you go, I have a question for you.
Of course.
What is the truth?
We place faith in ourselves. We see the world the way it really is, and hope that one day all mankind might see the same.
What is the world, then?
An illusion. One which we can either submit to, as most do, or transcend.
What is it to transcend?
To recognize nothing is true and everything is permitted. That laws arise not from divinity but reason. I understand now that our creed does not command us to be free. It commands us to be wise.
Do you see now why the Templars are a threat?
Whereas we would dispel the illusion, they would use it to rule.
Yes. To reshape the world in an image more pleasing to them. That is why I sent you to steal their treasure. That is why I keep it locked away. And that is why you kill them. So long as even one survives, so too does their desire to create a new world order. Take your equipment. Seek out this last man. With his death, Robert de Sable will at last be vulnerable.
It will be done.
Safety and peace upon you, Altair.
Alrighty, and welcome back to Assassin's Creed, everyone. And starting this off, we have a new short sword experience damage boost. As the only ability that we got. So now we're going to go to excuse me, Damascus. Damas? I don't know how they pronounce it, I forgot. Because now our next target is Jubair, who is a poet in real life, or was a poet in real life. However, the Jubair that I read about had passed at the age of 72 in 12, what was it? Hold on, I have it up. I believe it was 1217, yeah, and born in 1145. So I highly doubt the Jubair in this game is the same Jubair, but the Ibn Jubair that I've been reading about in wikis state that he did travel to Acre and Damascus and some other places and travel the world writing poetry and things, which also doesn't really fit the theme for this Jubair, so it's probably just a fictional character that was named after a real-life person who lived. I don't believe the Jubair in the game is the same Jubair that lived in reality. At least, not that I can find any evidence of. Granted, I only spent a few minutes looking it up before recording, so it's not really much there. Also, the fact that Jubair in the game is, I feel like, would not do the action, or rather, I'm sorry, the Ibn Jubair would probably not do the same actions that his in-game counterpart would. Like I said, he was a traveling poet who pretty much wrote down his travels and that kind of thing. And the Jubair in the game is a book burner who goes around trying to delete, and not delete, but destroy historical texts and things that go against the his will and what he believes to be truth. So I believe Jubair probably would not have done that. Again, I don't know. I haven't really spent too much time reading up on the real-life Jubair.
It's the hero of Damascus. Come in, stay a while. Tell me all about your adventures.
I'm afraid I don't have the time.
I see. Too important for me now.
It's not that.
No, of course not. How may I serve you then?
Al-Muallim has asked I take the life of the one they call Jubair.
Ah, Salahadin's chief scholar. Strange choice of target in my opinion. But who are we to question the Master's will? I'm sure he has his reasons.
Then you're familiar with the man.
He's been quite busy these past few days, organizing the scholars and sending them into the streets to preach.
What do they speak of?
Light and fire, cleansing sins, apocalyptic nonsense if you ask me. All this talk of paths and a new world.
What about this new world?
Couldn't say. I don't pay attention to the ramblings of madmen. Much too busy with real work.
Very well. I'll walk among the people, see what I can learn. Where would you suggest I search?
South of here, you'll find an academy and a guard tower. They're both good places to search. There's also a hospital to the east you might want to visit.
I'll begin at once.
So eager. You've certainly changed, and for the better, I might add.
Alrighty, so with our newfound change, apparently, we're gonna go and take on Jubair in the final district, the middle district of Damas, or Damas, as some of the characters are saying. Oops, sorry, thought I had my phone on silent there. Apologies. But it is finally time that we don't have to worry about the civilians. Not that I really paid attention to them in the last part either, because I had finally made it to the 20th health bar. But, you know, now it's definitely just look for a synchronization point and then do the missions that I... do the missions that I get. I'm not sure what was happening there. I probably got distracted. Knowing me, it was probably just like I looked at my phone for a few seconds and then probably answered a text or something. Knowing me, I probably when editing and like looking through this at relatively quick speeds, it probably just looked normal that like I climbed up, waited a second, then climbed up again. So apologies. Sometimes that kind of gets thrown in the middle of the actual gameplay. Now we're gonna do the pickpocketing mission. Well, we're gonna just take on every mission that I can, rather. And these people are still annoying, as always. They never not get annoying. And the guards already suspect you, so keep that in mind.
Please, I must go. This letter must be delivered, and I cannot risk upsetting him.
Listen to yourself. You are his puppet. Give up this task and join us in our fight.
No. I have a wife and child to think of.
Which is exactly why I've come to you. Is this the kind of world you want your son brought up in?
It will pass. If we just wait, he'll stop, and everything will go back to normal.
Every day, more is lost, and no way to reclaim what's taken. There will be no going back. You know this to be true.
Enough. I am leaving.
Alrighty, well, he has something of ours, or rather, we're gonna have something of his in a split second. These pickpocketing missions, they really don't get too challenging. I think maybe there's only one that's really kind of hard, but for the most part, they're rather simple. I think in the entire game, there's really only like one or two, maybe three of them that I found technically challenging. Other than the fact that like I suck at the actual act of pickpocketing people in this game. Like I'm pretty bad at it in general. I guess I don't know what it is. Maybe I try and do it too quick, and they tend to like turn around as I'm about to do it, and then I fail instantly. That seems like my problem when doing the pickpocketing missions. Like I try not to suck at the pickpocket. Well, I try not sucking at video games normally, but you know that's not how it always works out. That guy did not at all notice me. Like, imagine being that guard for a split second, like walking around, not noticing anything, then turning around and seeing a dude just getting ready to jump off a tall building. You think you would just like let him go, or just would, I don't know. You think you would probably just like look at him and be like, oh, alright, that's not supposed to be there. like turn a blind eye to it, or what if he was like super suspicious too? Like what if he looked like he was dangerous? Would you say something? But he was gonna jump off a building? Oh hey, a Templar. Hello, Templar. And goodbye. Oh no, not goodbye, Templar. I thought I was going to. Well, now I want to test it out. Can I kill the Templar in one hit? And the answer is yes. So yep, you can kill the Templars in one hit. Actually, you can kill any enemy in one hit except for the bosses. I don't really have knowledge on the bosses. I haven't tested them out. I would not know if it's a one hit. So this fight was annoying. I tried running away, which didn't work, and then like more enemies came, and it was a shit show.
Everybody's lips these days. Amongst the chatter on the market this morning, I heard Jubair's elite want you dead. I was about to go after them, but my back is hurting too much. You should take care of them. I'll wait for you here, and we can have a quick talk about the things I know. Be fast, though. I am in pain.
Also, I failed this mission twice. This mission's kind of challenging because there's so many things trying to distract you, and there is an enemy above, like high up. Don't go that way. That's how you leave Damascus easily. There's multiple exits in this area. And the two on the ground are the easy part. The hard part is the guy up top, because you have to climb up the building using the ladder, and you have to make sure that no archer is around to spot you. But if you can't see the ladder, you're gonna have to climb up this way, and every time you do something not socially acceptable, enemies will look at you and potentially attack you, causing you to fail the mission instantly. So keep that in mind. Take it slow. Remember, you have more than enough time, a minute to kill a person. That archer over there is the guy that saw me the first time, because I went after the guy who was up top first.
Always better protected by a friend's blade, yes? This is what I know about your target. The scholar Jubair is known to wear rich, golden robes and carries with him a large pouch. This distinguishes Jubair from the other scholars of Damascus. Now, if you'd excuse me, I must see my doctor about my back.
And the other reason why I got caught was because I happened to have killed an enemy right near like the middle of the area. And then when I walked over, one of the guards spotted me because I was near a dead body. So keep that in mind when doing any of these missions, is to make sure that you don't have a trail of bodies lying around the area. It's easier said than done, really, especially when playing this game, because I feel like when you're playing the game itself, you can trigger guards to follow you and attack you. You can always you could always hide away from them, but if you choose to fight them, they're usually gonna fight you in an area where a mission might be. So I can understand that. But so we're just going to collect the synchronization points just so that we can do the missions. I think in this one you only need to do 3 missions for it to count. I don't think you need any more missions to beat the game, really. I think 3 is all you need. And we don't need any more of the what's called side missions, like no citizens or synchronization points. So there's really no point in doing either of them. The only reason why I'm doing the synchronization points is just so that I can see the missions a lot easier without having to like look up where they are normally, which is the only thing, really the only difference. Or really the only reason why I would recommend doing the synchronization points is just that you get to see where everything is in a specific area. Sorry about that. I had Red Rooster earlier coming back from paintball today, which was really fun, although I suck at paintball. Especially when like renting the masks, because like they tend to fog up really a lot. Like they fog up a lot on me when playing, so it's like I can't see anything that I'm doing. So, but yeah, other than that, like I'm pretty bad at paintball, but I do like paintball. It's pretty fun. With an old high school friend I haven't seen in a minute, so that was pretty fun. Always a good time. So apologies if I sound like I'm having acid reflux. It's probably because I am. Just like not being able to control the hiccups and burps at the same time. Like it's weird because like I don't really know how to describe that feeling. It's kind of like hiccuping and burping at the same time, but like without like the full effect of either one. It's really weird. I don't know how to control that. So apologies. Like, and it's funny too, it's like because I feel fine when I'm not talking, but like the second I talk for a few minutes straight is when it acts up, and it's really rather annoying. But yeah. Also, another thing I seem to do without meaning to is yawning uncontrollably. Like that's really annoying. When I talk for a long time, my body is like, hey, you need to yawn right now. Mid-sentence, fuck you. Alright, cool, thanks body. And it's doing that, who is that animator? That animator, the Zelda speedruns? That's pretty funny. Oh, whatever. So my body's like Link flipping off people while moving backwards. So this guy, I recommend just killing everyone.
But once burned, these texts can no longer do harm. Jubair sees things the way they truly are. Sees the poison you carry in your hearts and minds. He works to cast it out. Remove all texts from your homes and schools. Give them to us. They must be destroyed.
So yeah, I recommend just killing the guards for this guy. Just because if you do, why did I cut over here? Oh, is it just to show off the dead bodies? Is that the reason why I did a cut there? That was weird. Yeah, so once you...
These texts can no longer do harm.
Excuse me, that was weird. Once you kill the enemies, you could just beat the crap out of this guy really quickly. So that's probably a lot easier than fighting him or like waiting for him to go to an area that's not so secluded. Maybe not, I don't know. Maybe it's easier to follow the guy. But I found it much easier just to kill the guards and beat the crap out of him. Just because I didn't have to wait for him and slowly follow him. Did that guy punch me and then like I lost 3 health? Is that what happened just now? Did I see that correctly? Because if that's the case, holy shit, this guy does not need a sword. This guy can just kill people.
Violence is not the answer, my child.
In this we agree, so speak and I may stay my blade. What is it your master intends? Why destroy all this knowledge?
We lay the stones to build a road upon which soon all men will travel. It leads to a better tomorrow.
That is not what I see.
Then you are blind. The words upon these parchments, they are poison. Jubair holds the cure. He'll free us from their lies.
It's nonsense you speak. You've lost your mind.
No, not lost, but found. I see the world for what it truly is. He has shown me so much. I am illuminated.
A fanatic is all you are, and dangerous for it.
Do what you must. It changes nothing. We are not afraid.
You should be.
Altair, I thought you said that you would stay your blade. You're an asshole. No wonder why the assassins don't like you. You're a dickhead. Yeah, that guard definitely has the right to fucking attack you, Altair. Oh, and you killed him. Alright, well, are you proud of yourself, Altair? So just like that, what was that, like 4 missions or 5 missions that I did? 4 missions? I think it was 4 missions. Just like that, 4 missions in, we can beat the level. We don't really have to really continue playing. Altair, are you proud of yourself? You lied to your victim and then got caught and then killed the guy immediately. Fuck you, Altair. You're a bad person. Oh man, what a butthole. Alright, so let's go find a way around to talk to this informant. I don't think... No, this is the guy. So this is the mission I was thinking of. You have...
My friend, you have become quite the wanted man, as am I. I must prepare my family for the trip back to the safety of Masayef this afternoon. Could you finish my last assignment in exchange for information? Some men must be eliminated in Jubair's quarter. Be fast, my friend.
So this is the mission I was thinking of where I failed it a few times. And you have 5 minutes to find 5 targets and take them out relatively quickly. You have to make sure you're doing this really quickly. Or not really quickly, but make sure you're taking your time with this. Much like all the other ones. That is fair. That all the other ones you have to take your time with. But you have to make sure that you're not running or doing anything that can be seen as suspicious, because any small thing will get you caught immediately, and then you have to run or kill the guards and then restart the whole thing all over again and sit through the informer's information. It's annoying. I died here I didn't die, but I lost this mission like 3 times. It was really annoying having to deal with this on multiple times. I guess since the interrogation guy isn't there, I don't have to deal with the guards walking there, so that's pretty cool. Maybe that's just part of the mission. I don't know. I'm gonna walk away and pretend like that guard doesn't see me. And it doesn't hurt to have the push gently button always held down, just because if you do that, you won't like knock anything over. However, that won't help you against people that like actually push you or anything. But just like that, killed all 5, and now we're gonna casually stroll on over to the informant, whom I forgot I had to go around and go into that area with the water. I totally forgot to do that. I, for some reason, was reading the mini-map and like, oh yeah, he's over here, and I was just like, oh no, he's not. I have to go around. But in doing so, I found a flag. That's pretty neat. I mean, I found a flag. There we go. Good job, Altair. But I mean, there's that. But with that, we're done with this mission, and we can move on to the next one.
Great to see you back so quickly and in one piece. I must return to my family, but before I leave, this is for you. I found a map showing where scholars are planning to burn books and other sources of knowledge. Please be careful, and let the future reunite us. I'll give your blessings to my family.
Ah, what a nice guy. That guy wasn't a dickhead like all the other dudes. Alrighty, so we have 2 more missions to do, and then so that could mean 1 more synchronization point to 2 more synchronization points. It all depends on how many I have left. Shit, that could even mean I have 3 more. But I believe there's one over here, which is the pickpocketing one that I had a difficulty with because of all these guys pushing you. This one was kind of challenging. I do remember that. So keep that in mind. That you may have a hard time with that particular mission. Just because of the wow, it's really hard to talk over over the guy yelling, and then the other guy is just screaming nonsense. Fuck, it's really hard to keep my thoughts straight. What was I saying? Fuck. It's God damn it. Yeah, so this pickpocketing mission is rather difficult. It's not that it's like rather difficult, but it's just like it can be annoying to like do, because the opponents are not the opponents, but the people are always constantly pushing you over, and that's really annoying to deal with. But yeah, we're gonna do. Oh, it's an eavesdrop mission. That's pretty neat. So last one's easy. So it's just this one. This is gonna be the challenge.
We found the place. It's just as you described it.
I suspect he'll want to deal with this himself, and quickly. Best we say nothing to the others.
A wise course of action. Truth be told, I'll be happy when this business is done.
Soon, my friend, soon. Today should see the last of them put to torch. Boy, come here. You still have the letter I gave you?
Yes.
Go and deliver it then. You'll find the one it's meant for inside the madrasa.
All right, and I remember, keep in mind, the mentally handicapped NPCs will push you around, causing attention to you. And if the guy you're trying to steal from sees you, mission end, or if you get attention from the guards, the mission ends. So just time it right, avoid these guys, and you should be fine. Well, that does that mission. Next up is the eavesdrop mission, which is super easy. All you gotta do is go to it. Go to it and finish it. That's really it. That's all it takes. So shouldn't really be too much of a hassle, really. Alrighty. And just like that, we can, while we're at it, we're in the area, we might as well just take on the synchronization point that's like over here in the same direction while we're at it. Why not? And look at that, another flag. Neat. How many is that, by the way? 14? That's pretty good. Especially for someone not really going out of their way to collect them all. I mean, it's pretty good, I think. I don't know. Alrighty. This is the last synchronization point with the last mission up until we have to go kill Jubair. Oh, there goes the Eagle Vision acting up. Well, not really acting up, more like I triggered it by mistake. I didn't mean to do that. But, we don't have to jump off, we could just grab the flag, why not? And falling down here will allow us to take care of the eavesdrop mission super easily.
I wish to see him, to hear him speak.
It can be arranged, but we must be careful. There are still those who reject illumination. They would harm him.
Then they are ignorant and afraid.
You seem sincere, but how do I know I can trust you?
It hurts me to even hear you ask the question.
Very well. We gather each day in the madrasa. He comes to speak, and then leads us into the city, that we might cleanse it.
Could I join you then?
Understand that it is a difficult path we walk. Our work demands sacrifice.
I understand.
Then come and meet with us. Let us see how strong you really are.
Alrighty. So daily meetings in the madrasa. I don't know what a madrasa is, but there are daily meetings. So that should be a good enough clue. Let's go tell what's his face about our plan, our infallible plan, the ability to find and kill Jubair. Fuck, I forgot his name. I'm sure it'll be fine. Rather, I'm sure I'm sure that the plan will work. Alrighty, so we're almost to the Assassin's Bureau. We're not even being followed, which is amazing. It's like the first time in forever that's been the case. And we're going to talk to this guy. I forgot his name. I don't think... Is this Rafik? It's Malik, Rafik, and who's the other guy?
What news, Altair?
I've learned much about my enemy.
Share what you know then.
Jubair has become obsessed with purging the city of its knowledge.
A most terrible crime. Now I see why Al-Mualim wants you to remove him.
He's using the city scholars to assist him. They go out into the streets, harassing the people and collecting all their written works. I fear he intends to destroy them all.
He must be stopped.
That's why I'm here. He's to hold a meeting soon, at the Madrasa Al-Qallasa. It's where I'll go. It's where I'll take his life.
I'll leave you alone to prepare. Bring glory to the Brotherhood.
Fast-forwarding memory to a more recent one.
Alrighty. So, now that we talked to this guy, whose name I still don't know, we can finally take on Jubair. Jubair is probably the most annoying target to kill, which is why I saved him for last. I remembered him very vividly. He's one of the more memorable ones. And one of the people mentioned that Jubair wears different clothing than the scholars do in Damascus. There's a Templar right there, I think. That guy was definitely guarding treasure. Probably, if that was a Templar, that's probably one of the easier ones. So all you have to do is just grab him, throw him off the building. But, just like that. But, definitely, he's one of the more interesting ones because Jubair has, clones. I guess clones is the wrong term, but like people that dress like him, and it's kind of interesting, like hard to figure out whom he is. The best way around it is around this building is just to climb it straight up. I thought that's really a thing to say in an Assassin's Creed game. And climbing is like one of the main mechanics. But yeah. Here we are, we're about to start a error. Memory currently recording. Interesting. Can I like run? No? Alright, I guess not. Interesting. I don't think I can run, which is why I'm just walking very patiently. So we're gonna walk down these stairs. They're right over here. And this will give us the perfect viewpoint of the action. Again, I can't control the speed Altair is walking at, except for this part right here. For some reason, I don't know why I was lighting up on the stick. But he can't run.
Every single text in this city must be destroyed. My friend, you must not do this. Much knowledge rests within these parchments, put there by our ancestors for good reason.
And what reason is this?
They are beacons, meant to guide us, to save us from the darkness that is ignorance.
No, these bits of paper are covered in lies. They poison your minds, and so long as they exist, you cannot hope to see the world the way it truly is.
How can you accuse these scrolls of being weapons? They are tools of learning.
You turn to them for answers and salvation. You rely more upon them than yourselves. This makes you weak and stupid. You trust in words, drops of ink. Do you ever stop to think of who put them there? Or why? No, you simply accept their words without question. And what if those words speak falsely? As they often do. This is dangerous.
You are wrong. These texts give the gift of knowledge. We need them. You love your precious writings? You'd do anything for them? Yes. Yes, of course. Then join them!
Any man who speaks as he is just as much a threat. Do any else among you wish to challenge me? Good. Your orders are simple enough. Go out into the city, collect any remaining writings and add them to the piles in the streets. When you're done, we'll send a cart to collect them, that they may be destroyed.
Alrighty. So Jubair is a total dickhead. Now we gotta find him a mixed one of these. How many of these? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? 6 of them? I think it's about 6 targets, it looks like. Or maybe it's 7. I think it's 6 though. They're all book burnings, but only one of them will either not challenge you, will run away from you. And the one that runs away from you is Rafik. Now, he looks very similar to the other ones, so it's kind of hard to tell which one's which. I don't remember if he's always in the same spot. He might be, but I don't know. I think I just kill them all, honestly. And there's no point in being stealthy about it, to be quite honest with you. Because they will always fight you. So, there really isn't any point in being stealthy. But that guy wasn't him. So, I really shouldn't even be fighting these guys, to be quite honest with you. And I don't know why I keep messing up the timing on the counters. Like, for some reason, I was just having like an off day when trying to counter these guys for some reason. Like, I don't know why that is. But it was rather not difficult, but like just. Like, I don't know, it was a little off. I don't know why I have difficulty in counter-attacking. But, you know, combo kills are always your best friend in groups of enemies. You can take out people relatively quickly. And I guess you can also put the fear of Altair in people relatively quickly. Which is rather nice. So here's some more smoke that's glitching through the wall, apparently. And there is another book burner right over there. It doesn't look like he is Rafik. Doesn't look like he is Jubair. I think Jubair has that gold on his chest, right? If I'm not mistaken. I don't think these guys have that. So they're just normal enemies. Normal scholars. And honestly, there's no point in fighting these guys, so I'm just going to grab this flag and dip this. Because I'm not trying to go for an all-stealth challenge or nothing in this game. I'm just trying to do my own shit and fucking get out of here. Do this mission quickly. Get the fuck out of my way. I have come for one man and one man only. Is it you? Doesn't look like it's you, so you could die. I'm surprised the books that are on fire don't do damage to the enemies. Or rather, just don't do damage in general. Like, that would be a cool concept. Like, if you back the scholar into the fire, he just dies. Or, like, takes damage and dies. That'd be cool. I don't know. I feel like it would be cool. And, running away is pretty, decent idea, because that way we're not going to be spending like half an hour killing like 30 dudes, especially every time, where we only really need to kill one guy in a group, or perhaps even just one guy in general. So running away is a pretty smart option too. Not a bad option, you know. I definitely know I mentioned that earlier, where I said that guy just fall through the floor. I know where I said it's kind of like that Sly Cooper line where Bentley tells Sly that running away isn't a bad thing. I forgot the actual quote too, but I guess that's why I need to play through Sly 2. I need to brush up on my quotes, you know. Wizard, lizard. Alrighty, so there's 2 more targets. I don't like leaving the people running away alive. They're weak and deserve to get attacked. Which is probably why they gun for me so hard when I run away, is because the enemy probably feels the same way that I do. Yeah. He's running away from a fight. We gotta pull all the stops and kill him. Alrighty, this guy attacked me relatively quickly. That means he's probably not important. So now that I know it's not this guy, I can reasonably deduce that the next guy is Jubair. You don't have to... I guess you don't really have to kill the scholars. I guess just running away from them once you realize it's not Jubair is another option. But I like killing them just because I need to stop these book burnings, because book burnings are wrong, you know. Knowledge is knowledge. All books should be created, I guess. I don't know. Like, I feel like books have a reason to, or should have a reason to be written and published and stuff. I totally ran right by him by accident. Yep, and there goes Jubair. He's running away. So that's the real one. The one that runs away is the real one. Which means that we can use our hidden blade and kill him from behind. Like real men. Oh yeah, that's the other thing too. He'll call more scholars to come too. Yeah, that's just... He's the guy in the lead, is all you really need to know. He's the guy who's the fastest of the scholars that show up. That's your target. I'm really sucking right now. I keep bumping into everyone, and everyone keeps getting in my way. But at a certain point, Jubair will stop, and you just have to fight him. Remember, he's the guy with the gold on him, but once he's on the floor, you could just end him with the hidden blade. Call it a day. I said call it a day, Altair. Jesus. Alright, you're just getting your ass handed to you. Okay. Man, I don't know why I was having such a hard time with that.
Why? Why have you done this?
Men must be free to do what they believe. It is not our right to punish one for thinking what they do, no matter how much we disagree.
Then what?
You of all people should know the answer. Educate them. Teach them right from wrong. It must be knowledge that frees them, not force.
They do not learn, fixed in their ways as they are. You are naive to think otherwise. It's an illness for which there is but one cure.
You're wrong, and that's why you must be put to rest.
Am I not unlike those precious books you seek to save? A source of knowledge with which you disagree, yet you're rather quick to steal my life.
A small sacrifice to save many. It is necessary.
Is it not ancient scrolls that inspire the Crusaders? That fill Salah ad-Din and his men with a sense of righteous fury? Their texts endanger others, bring death in their wake. I too was making a small sacrifice. It matters little now. Your deed is done, and so am I.
Alrighty, and with Jubair gone, all that leaves is Jubair de Sable, who is most likely hiding in Jerusalem if this game, his pattern is to be followed. You know, we visited Damascus and Acre, and then Jerusalem, and then Damascus and Acre, then Jerusalem, then Acre, and then Damascus, and I'm assuming next up is Jerusalem. Point is, Jerusalem is the last one that we need to visit, and Sable is our last target, so that would be interesting. And with that little cutaway, that took a lot longer than it needed to be. Like, I was hiding there for a good few seconds. like a good 30 seconds. And with that, we can just talk to this guy.
Altair, tell me you've met with success.
Yes. Jubair's fires are extinguished. His life as well.
Excellent news. I had no doubt you'd succeed.
You should have seen it. The scholars followed him so readily. Wasn't just books they fed to fire either, but any man who opposed them.
Such ignorance breeds only evil. You've done a good thing this day.
As with my other targets, he believed he was doing the right thing, clearing a path to a better future.
Of course he would. Such is the landscape of a madman's mind.
The things I've seen these past few weeks, it's as if all the land has gone mad.
And this is why we fight to end the war, that sanity might return. The people are desperate for direction. It's easy for men like Jubair to prey on this and turn them towards evil. You should go, Altair. Return to Al-Mualim. Tell him what you saw. Let him know the good you've done this day.
Safety and peace, Rafiq.
Upon you as well.
And just like that, we're gonna head out of here. Back to Messiah, talk to Al-Mualim. But we'll do that in the next video. So I will see you guys then. See you guys in the next one.